What questions did you say?
Oh yeah, alright. Everyone always wants to know the reason behind this QisRetired. Basically, so QisRetired, first of all, that name is a prophecy. I want to retire early. So that's why I've now said QisRetired. It's a statement that I'm trying to put into the world. That I'm speaking into existence.
Love you, man.
Thank you, bro. Bro, thank you much for your help today, bro. Brother, thank you very much. Yeah, no, I can't lie, bro. Like, I feel like during that second year was the time when man was really like, do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like my mind was just not in the right place, bro. I feel like everyone's mind was in the gut. It was like a collective sort of depression. It was weird.
Yeah, but where the hell did that even come from? Because first year we were, bruv, we were lit.
Yeah.
Like, we were lit, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely lit on first year, but I think because in first year, you left in first year. Like, think about after you left, bare other man left. So it was literally just the main friendship groups that we had. I still had PB.
Yeah,
I still had Kwesi, Sanya, like all the GR lot in it. GR lot was there, but like all my extended friends all cut. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's friendship groups were cut in half.
Who else? What, Tanny? Tanny didn't come Cov.
He did. He was at Cov. He was still there. He stayed throughout to the end.
Tanny came Cov.
Yeah. He was there from the start, bro. But you see, even like with like even the experience I had with Tanya and that, like we all went through the same sort of collective depression. It was mad. And I feel like, do you know what it was as well? It was because obviously at the time, you know what it was like in Cov, like you're going party, you're drinking, you're not really taking uni seriously.
At all.
Then on top of it, like everyone is smoking.
Everyone.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's not
smoking in Cov. No, I didn't touch weed in Cov.
No, you didn't,
I didn't touch weed in Cov. But yeah, I'm listening though.
No, you did. Yeah, surprisingly, which is mad because I feel like Cov was a hotbed for drugs in general. But like I feel like even people who weren't even into that sort of thing, like you sort of ended up falling into smoking a bit of weed here, or like you were just drinking a bit more excessively than you should. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that was just like the culture of Cov, innit? Like, because first of all, it's not the most glamorous city, bro. Yeah. You come off the coach, there's nitties.
Fam.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Every corner.
Even in the corner that you wouldn't even imagine.
There's a nitty there.
Just a nitty there, just killing.
Yeah, it was mad.
Crazy stuff.
So the vibes was already so bad in that place, yeah. Then on top of it, uni's hard already. And then you've got all the drug things and that, which is already adding on top of people's depression, fam. Yeah. So I feel like that 2017 year was crazy for man.
Wait, would you say you came in like with heaviness, like depressed?
No, I came in on top of the world, bro. I thought
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Like first year was amazing. I had the most fun I ever had, like at that time in my life. Do you know what I mean? I've had more fun experiences now, but.
What do you mean though, like in terms of freedom? Because for me, like the way I grew up, I was always how can I describe it? I was always the stubborn boy, the one that used to always break the rules at home. So it's like, it's not like I was doing anything mad. My mum would be like, bro, you have to be at home by 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. If you're not by home, she'll keep me outside. I'll be knocking the door. She'll open the window. She'll say, what did I tell you? What are you doing here?
Do you know, I always find it mad it's always mad when African parents do that thing, you know, when they're like, oh, if you're not home on time, you have to stay outside. I'm thinking, but if I stay outside and someone attacks me,
that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna be saying, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Bro,
but then
I'll be knocking the door, yeah. Do you know what she'll say? You're making noise. I'll call the police. I'm like, bro, like, I understand, bro. Like, what are you trying to do? Do you know what I mean? And do you know what even got me more irate? Yeah, mum. I'm coming from church rehearsals. I'm not even that that's out here like doing, I'm not on that. I'm coming from church. You know how much I love drums. But anyway, after a while, obviously, single parent in the background, like mothers, like they can't, there's only a certain amount of putting their foot down they can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was used to coming home late or like being out. So Cov to me was just like.
It was like being at home.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So it wasn't really anything different for me. I think the only thing that opened my eyes was the attraction that I got from women. I never had self-confidence before. Yeah, I was just a church drummer, bro. I didn't think I was butters, but I didn't think I was that handsome until I got to uni. And I experienced some mad stuff.
You're not that handsome. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm playing.
I'm playing.
It opened my eyes, bro.
That's so crazy, you know, because, you know, like, that's the first time man actually heard you actually say that, you know. Like, I'll be real, like, you know, man actually thought you were the sexiest guy on earth.
Are you crazy?
I swear to you, bro. I actually genuinely thought you.
Secondary school, they called me Dewberry. Do you know who Dewberry is? Dewberry used to play for Manchester United. He was a dark-skinned youth with fat lips, bro. That's what you used to call me in school.
Sounds accurate, man.
I'm being serious. And I remember back then, light-skinned boys were the one. So all of these women saying now that, oh, like dark skin. They're waffling. It was light-skinned boys that was popping back then.
Yeah,
so
that's
I came in like, and then I'm a church drummer. I'm a virgin. Are you forgetting?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm a virgin. I haven't had this experience. I'm like, yo, I'm at Barfest. I'm looking like, yo, this is nuts. Like, what do I even do? Bro, there's so many things going, bro.
Temptation around every corner, bro.
It was no, but I was shook. So even like things like sex, I was scared, bro. Because in my mind, I was just thinking, pregnancy.
Do you know what? Yeah, that probably helped you a lot, you know, because I feel like a lot of people landed themselves in certain situations because they didn't have that fear instilled into them. I wish I had that level of fear instilled into me.
Is it?
Yeah, because I feel like I kind of went off the rails during first year.
Swear down.
No, absolutely, bro. And I feel like I could have had a little bit more self-discipline.
That's a lie though, because we went to church together. Like I feel like the first month, me and you were going to JCC.
Yeah. Oh, JCC.
That's it.
Yes,
we were going to JCC all the time to practice. Remember?
Yeah.
Like,
but it doesn't mean that after JCC I wasn't still. Like, that's just me being completely honest. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like, do you know it was as well? I think it was a little bit of obviously like that. You get drunk off the freedom, but then also because...
Wait, but Mumsy's chilled though.
Yeah, now.
Swear down.
Yeah, like mum, like, do you know, I had to break that sort of over-discipline that she gave me really early on. And it was only when I went to uni where it was like fully like, oh, I can do what I like. Like a little bit before uni, she was privy to what, like me going out late and stuff like that, but it wasn't like that. Like if it gets to 12, like she's belling off my phone 20 times, 100%. Bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's still that. Is when I went to uni, I noticed she was like hands off, like you're an adult now, do your thing.
Do you know, that's crazy, because I always like had in my mind that Ghanaian parents are just more chill, you know. Like they're not really like that.
Nah. It's crazy because I feel like it obviously depends on the parent. I'm not gonna like put everyone under like one umbrella, but I feel like for myself, I can only speak for myself. Like my mum was very like, she's traditional, but she's obviously, you've met my mum, like she's very like contemporary. That's the word. Yeah. And she's like not like an average African mum. She's gonna be the person who's gonna be a little bit understanding. If you've done wrong, she's not gonna shout at you or be like, try to slap you. She's gonna be like, okay, what's going on? Like she's gonna have a combo with me. Right. Do you know what I mean? So in that sense, yeah, she's contemporary. But when it comes to her principles, she's still very much African. Even when I got my earpiece, bro, she was even mad. That's do you know what I'm trying to say?
And like, my problem is, why do they always attack Jamaicans? I don't like I understand, like every time you be like, you was gonna get tattooed, so you want to be Jamaican. I really don't get it, bro.
It's so funny. It's like Jamaicans are like the pinnacle of everything bad, but
it's so bad.
It made no sense, but I feel like it's a level of ignorance as well, isn't it? Like,
even bro, when my mum would send me to go and buy chicken and meat from the store, obviously if you're Yoruba, you know, it says, Laura, chicken loader and paki. I was like, Mum, you can't be calling it. Basically, she said, go to the shop and buy chicken from the paki shop. They don't even know that is...
Yeah, that's wrong.
And even me, I didn't know. So I'll be saying things that I didn't even deep it until, obviously, social media and the world started getting sensitive and all that kind of stuff. Like,
do you know, it's crazy that you say that, because I feel like that's just a testament to how much, like, even though your parents are older, like, you know how in African communities we have this thing of the elders have wisdom, they know what they're talking about. But then it's when you get older, you start to realize, wait, you're just a big kid just like me.
Literally.
You just happen to be my parent. It's when you get older and you become more self-aware, you start to give them a little bit more grace. Yes. That's what I started doing, especially towards my dad, because like, I'll be real, like, I feel like I didn't have the greatest perception of my dad, just based on like the fact that I didn't really interact with him much as well.
Like, what do you mean by that? Where does that stem from?
So, I think it's mostly because...
Wait, was Pops around?
Yeah, he was around.
Like, you've actually met Pops?
Yeah, he lived with me.
I don't even know where my one is.
But the fact that, bro, you even stayed at my house, did you even see him?
Yeah, I didn't.
Exactly, that's the point. So that, like, for me, it was like, it's weird because it's like you have a father that's present but not present.
So how, bro, I didn't know this, you know?
Yeah, like, I don't really talk about it much because for me, like, my dad is just there, innit? Like.
So what do you mean? Like, you could just pull up to the crib one day, my man's there, then another day, you just won't see him for like 2 months?
No, I'll see him because he worked nights. So my dad was a security guard. He wasn't a bad father. He wasn't a deadbeat or nothing like that. He was in my life. He was married to my mum. two-parent household.
Okay.
But my dad works nights. My mum works days. So naturally, I never see him because he's always gone during the night. Do you know what I mean?
But what about your interpersonal relationship with him?
I didn't really have one.
So you couldn't go up to Pops and be like, yo, Dad, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think about that?
I never got his opinion on a lot of things. And I'm not angry at him for that.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've got older. And I've had conversations about his upbringing. And in retrospect, I have a little bit more of an understanding of why he ended up this way. Because in his head, it's like, the dad is the provider. Nothing more, nothing less. He doesn't need to be your emotional blanket. He doesn't need to talk to you about, what girls are you talking to?
Right.
Or the only thing he ever cared about was like, are you reading your Bible? Are you going to church?
Yeah.
And it's like,
And do you know what? It's crazy because it might sound hard to understand, but that's actually their version of love.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's like, I don't know, it's weird because first of all, I didn't even know this, so you just slapped me in the face. But it's more so like, for me, I've never seen my pops. The only way I know I would even be able to identify my dad is because of my mum's statements like, you look like your dad. Like my mum always tells me, you look like a spitting image of my dad. Never seen him, bro. He could be in flipping Abbey Wood right now, cause I don't even know, bro. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to say the way I've coped with it, the way I've released him in forgiveness is that maybe this is a cycle that's repeating itself. Maybe, I don't know, he had kids or his dad had kids, his dad wasn't in his life. Yeah. He didn't have the leadership skills, he didn't know how, I don't know. But for me, it's like, that's just the way I've released him. Like, he's a human being. Yeah. I will never know until, obviously, I get to have that in-depth conversation with him. But what I want to know is, how did that affect you and your mum's relationship? In the example of, for me, me and my mum used to butt heads all the time. Because it's like, you need to understand that I'm growing up as a man. I don't have no example. And I'm not really gonna trust your opinion, mum, because it's like, you don't know what I'm feeling, you don't know what I'm dealing with. My experience in life is different. I love you, and I appreciate you for every single thing that you've done. But it's like things like, don't come home late, someone's gonna do something to you. Thinking, I'm not weak. I'm not dumb, I'm street smart. Do you know what I mean? So I felt like undermined in certain cases. So when I'm arguing back with her, which nobody should ever do, by the way, it's completely wrong. It's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm just saying, Mum, give me a chance. Let me prove to you that I'm not gonna go outside and disappoint you. But it was, you're disobedient. So how, that's my example. How did that affect like your relationship with mum? Like not having pops or a man to like lead you or have your back, I guess, essentially.
I think it made us closer, I'll be real.
Wow.
I feel like I have such a good relationship with my mum now.
That's now.
Yeah.
Back then.
I feel like back then, I've always, so just to make it clear, like my mum was strict in a sense, but it wasn't strict in a sense where it made me feel like I resented her.
Okay.
I always understood why she was strict, because she just cared about me a lot. And I always knew that. So I never took it personal or looked at it as like, oh, she's just trying to dead my thing. Like, why is she not letting me just live? Yeah. Like, I understood, it's like, oh, she's just worried about me, innit? Because outside of all of that, I'm trying to go out and live my life, when I'm at home, I'm looked after, and she shows me all the love that I need. She supports me, and she always reaffirmed me to let me know that anything you want to do, you can do. You're talented. So I feel like all the nurturing I needed, I got from her, and all the leadership that I got, like I feel like I learned from. So basically, I feel like I learned how to be a man by learning what not to do.
Mad.
If that makes sense.
Explain that. Like, what do you mean? Like,
so, like.
As in from mum's corrections, or you did something, you got burnt, and then don't do it again?
It's a little bit of mum's corrections, but also seeing from myself, from my observation, the effects that like not having my dad as involved as I wanted him to be. And this is not to say like, I'm not even trying to badmouth my dad, like before someone comes and
100%.
Throw your dad under the bus, I'm not. Like, I love him, and you know what I mean? And I understand that he didn't get that level of upbringing.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't know what to do.
Right.
So I don't blame him for that, but it is what it is, isn't it? That's what it is, and I'm just saying it how it was. And for me, because I saw what he was doing wasn't the way that a father should be, and I felt like seeing that example let me know this is what I shouldn't do. So I want to be better than that, and I want to level up myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Trust me, bro.
So how did that affect you? Like not having, it was still a nuclear family because pops was still at home.
Yeah.
But how did that shape your experiences with relationships? Like, for example, dealing with conflict.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually,
no. Let's talk about mainly forgiveness. Like, how are you able to? I'm not saying you didn't say you hated your dad, but was there any resentment at all at any point in time with either mum or dad?
100%.
What did that look like?
I think the resentment was definitely more towards my dad. I don't think I ever resented my mum. I may have been annoyed at her, but I never resented her. I think there were points where I did resent my dad. I think it got to that point because of how I saw his behavior was affecting the family as a whole. And the fact that like he was so unaware of it and it needed to be painted out to him. And I thought like, I'm a little man and I can see what you're doing. It's not making sense. So why don't you see it? And it made me angry. But then as I got older, I understood she's just never been taught that this is not the way. Do you know what I mean? Also because, as well, I'll be real, I have to give credit to my mum because my mum always drilled into me, look like, don't blame your dad for the things or the way you feel or the way that things are because he just doesn't know any other way and he's trying. And it could be worse, he could actually just not be around, but he's actually trying. So this is his best effort. And when I accepted that, I was like, this is his best effort. It's not the greatest effort, but it's the best he can do. And that's what it is.
Bro, that's crazy because I feel like, obviously the experiences are quite different with significant pieces in the story. Like I said, I've never seen my dad. You had yours, but you technically didn't. So it's like somebody is present, but it's empty. And for me, it's like, I think I went on a journey from the ages of 14, 15. I was always aware. And that's why I was such a rebel. I don't think my mum knows this. That's why I was such a rebel because I don't know what it was about me. I've always been hypersensitive that, where's dad? Younger brother doesn't care. Like, because there's 4 years gap in between all of us. So 4 years up to my sister, 4 years down to my brother. He wasn't around when everything happened. Neither was I like that. I was just about born when the split was happening. My sister knows the story. But it's like, I've always just wanted to know. So I think at 16, I was like, fam, I'm going on a journey to find this man. By the time I hit 18, if I haven't found him, I'm going to say he's dead. I'm just going to leave it as that.
That's a bit extreme though.
Big man thing, no, because it's like, I'm like, fam, like, I have nobody to defend me. My younger brother ain't gonna defend me at the crib from a man's perspective because he doesn't want to get shouted at by sis and mum. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then what's it called? I'm like, my back's against the wall. I ain't got no one to defend me. So it's like, I'm trying to grow up as a man. And for me, it's like, when you have any woman raising her voice at you, that can kill your man. Your manhood.
It feels a bit emasculating.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm replying back to them in anger, but it's not even them. It's more so like, I'm fighting for my manhood. Like, I'm a man and there's nobody else that that understands me. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I always knew I was a complex youth from day one. I've always been weird. I've never really...
So is that why like you felt like... that anger towards your dad because you felt like he should have been that example to help you understand your journey into manhood?
That's, 100%. But it's weird because it started off as anger. And when I say anger, I mean like, are you crazy? Like, okay, let me not say anger. It's more so frustration because the only question that my mind kept on asking and regurgitating was, how can you have kids and not think about where they're gonna eat, sleep, poo, wee, all of that stuff? You don't even know where they are on this earth, and you're waking up, sleeping, resting, going to work, earning money, come. I just couldn't get it. But then God just slapped me in the face and said, if you can't forgive my man, how the hell do you expect me to forgive you? All of this was ordained. So I just want to commend you because I didn't even know that you were that mature. Do you understand? Because that can just those thoughts and this whole family thing can really mess us up, bro, as men.
Bro,
Like, I can't lie.
It can completely derail some people, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen it derail bare man, like, and the thing is that it's even worse when they can't even realize it.
That's the worst one.
Like when they can't even
That's
see
the worst
that.
one.
Obviously, your like relationship with your father or lack thereof is what's causing you to behave in the way you are now and see the world the way you do because no one gave you any guidance. Do you know what I mean? And it's man, it's hard. I feel like we don't highlight that enough. Like how much we need a good male role model in your life. Do you know what I mean?
But where did that maturity come from, bro? With you, because bro, I didn't know like all of this was going on, and we were boys, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, where did that come from? Because it sounds like you nicked it in the bud ASAP. Is this before uni?
Before uni, yeah. I feel like I've always just been. First of all, I'm very empathetic in general. I think that's just because that's the way my family is. Also had an older sister, and that
Were you guys tight?
Do you know what? We weren't always. Me and my older sister have a huge age gap, so we have different dads. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So me and my sister have different dads, but we grew up together in the same house since I was a child. So she was 13 years older than me. So my sister just turned 40.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you can see the age gap is mad, bro. Do you know what I mean? You lot can do the maths. I'm not saying my age. But yeah, like I feel like because of that, it's like I've always had an older role model, but because she's the oldest sibling, she always had to just step up and be like that example, the mother. So because I had nurturing from her and my mum, it was like, even though there was no male role model per se, I had the foundation that I needed in order for them to like nurture me to be like, cool, like you might not get that from dad, but you're gonna have to learn these lessons whether you like it or not, otherwise you're just not gonna thrive.
That's crazy. I wish I did that. I really feel that my brother took that path. I was the rebel. Because I was just pissed off at the world, like, why me in it?
You feel like it's because you're a middle child?
Oh, don't do that. What is the
There's like a stigma around like middle children, like you know how they say the middle child is like the black sheep of the family.
Swear down.
Yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? Tanya's also a middle child.
Tanya's not a rebel.
I mean, it
do you know what? That's
innit?
crazy though. If I guess that's it. Because my younger brother, oh my days, bro. Yeah. He's not as openly emotional as me. In fact, he's not emotional. My brother is very like, bruv, same friends since secondary school.
Oh, yeah?
Whereas me, I'm just like my mum. Like I'm the softball. Like I'm not a waste man. I'm still a big man. Like, I'm a man, but I'm a man with emotions, and I'm very like open with that. Do you understand? So I can cry, but you still can't. Don't think you're gonna come here and slap my face. I'll be crying. I'll blow your head. But I'm joking. But like, like I don't know, man. That whole area with my dad is like, I just don't know. I've just never been able to harbor unforgiveness. And I used to sit down and pray to God and be like, God, just this one, let me hold on to this. But it's always been, I guess it is that empathetic thing, man. I guess it is that empathetic thing and just having that understanding of nobody's perfect. That's how I've handled that situation. Nobody's perfect. Even if I was to see him now, it's not like I would want to slap him up or like punch him. I would genuinely want to sit down and be like, Dad, like talk to me like.
When did you come to terms with that? Was it early on?
I'll say it's when I got serious with God, you know.
For real?
So I would say about 22. 22. So uni times. Because in uni times, I was in a like, I would say 2-3 year relationship that was a bit painful.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is deep, you know, because I'm deep in how the connection between not having a father figure around and looking for that kind of love affects all areas of our lives.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like, even in that relationship, that hit me bad. And rather than really being pissed off at her, I was pissed off at, see, look, Pops, you're not about like.
Yeah. Like,
this
I could have come to you.
I could have come to you and I could have spotted this and that.
How, do you know what's so crazy? I went through a mad breakup. Wait, when was your breakup? What did you say, 22?
No, my breakup was 2015, 16. Between 2015, 16, 17.
That's so mad. That's the same time I had my really. Remember I was talking about this depression thing at the start of the convo. So that was during that breakup was the catalyst for that.
Yeah.
Which is mad because it was literally in 2017, the same year. That year when I said it was like a collective depression. Bro. That's so mad.
I didn't know this, bro.
Yeah.
And we were still going to church together, playing drums, like
Yeah,
nothing was going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, this was right the year after you left. Like literally, as soon as you left.
Wow.
No. So as soon as you left, it was that first term. You know that winter term from like I think COP started in October to December, and then I think it was that Christmas period is when my ex broke up with me, and I was broken, bro. It's completely.
How did you navigate that? Because with everything you've just told me about your childhood and the maturity that you had with dealing with your mum and dad situation, it seems like you've been able to just. You're very understanding. You know how to.
Like navigate my
see
emotions
things,
a bit.
from a higher perspective. So what's your relationship now with conflict, and like, how do you deal with it? How do you resolve stuff?
I think now I'm still learning, bro, every day. Like I feel like even now, like the way I deal with conflict is I just try to put myself in other people's shoes, innit? Like, and for me, it's like I want to deal with conflict in a way that like at least makes every party happy. Like I'll be real, like I feel like I'm a recovering people pleaser. I think that's one thing.
Me and you both.
Bro, trust me. And I'll be real, I feel like that's why we connected so closely at first, because I'm not to say that we connected through the energy of people pleasing. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it was a thing where like I could understand you're a person, you don't like to disappoint your friends and you hold your friends in a high regard, and so did I. Because I essentially grew up technically an only child because of the age gap between me and my sister. I never had a sibling that I was like close to. Oh God. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was looking for.
Do you know what I'm trying to say, bro?
Right now, me and my brother are getting like closer because he's growing up now. Like he's getting older. So now it's like, fam, bro. I literally tell him at random points now, like, bro, do you know how long I've been waiting for you to grow up so I can have like a brother? Do you know what I mean?
I thought my sister said to me,
big my team. Like, I'm listening though. Sorry to cut you off. Bro.
Yeah, no, it's calm. It's just crazy because like even now, like I think that even the way that I interact with like my sister, like it was only because like I was able to learn so many lessons through my friendships on how to be a good, not only a good friend, but to just be a good human in this world, you know, because it's so easy to be evil.
Very easy.
Like it's so easy.
It's just around the corner.
Honestly, it's around the corner. It's the easy option. It's low hanging fruit. Man can just be like, do you know, Bunny, man can just take the mick at this person, or I can take advantage of this situation. And it's like, I've always had this thing in me where I've just been like, no, I want to do things the right way.
So, alright, cool. Since you're saying that now,
Yeah.
When we had our thing?
Yeah.
Actually, let's go back to that because I
I
actually forgot about what happened.
Yeah.
But all I know is that you were pissed at me, bro. But remind me what happened from your perspective.
Alright, cool. Let me say it from.
Okay, let me say it from that.
Yeah,
Actually, you say it first.
I think you should do your perspective.
Alright, cool. My thing was, you're my brother.
Yeah.
I come from a background where it's like, my mum, when anyone comes into the house, is bruv, anything is yours.
Yeah.
Just take it. You don't have to ask me. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, this is my brother. Like, he ain't gonna be pissed off at me for. Was it a tracksuit or trainers?
Yeah, it was a tracksuit.
Yeah.
And trainers.
The tracksuit and trainers.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Thinking, it's my boy. Like, why could I wear his tracksuit? Like, it's my brother. I wore the tracksuit. I think he saw it online. I posted. Pissed off.
Yeah, I won't be listening.
Why are you wearing my stuff? What did you say? I can't remember. It was years ago. But it was like,
I must have said something like that. I must have been like, why are you my gums, bro?
Yeah, you are pissed, bro.
Like that.
You know, I literally saw the message that I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean, why am I in your gums? Like, I didn't, it was so wild to me back then to ask people for stuff because it was like, I grew up in a house where it's free flow. I'll come back home. There's one uncle that I've never seen in years that my mom will say, this is your uncle that carried you from Biggie. He's sleeping in your room. Yeah. He's up. Like, I grew up very free. So what was your perspective?
I think for me, so cool. From my perspective, it was a little bit more layered. It wasn't just the tracksuit.
Right.
Because I wasn't even that precious about that tracksuit in the first place. All those trainers.
No, it was. It was because it was a birthday gift. And I didn't know, remember?
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, it was the Armani. Oh, yeah, I was pissed off about that.
It was a birthday present.
I didn't like that. Yeah, no. That was crazy.
That's what you actually, that's what you actually said to me.
Yeah.
Said, bruv, that's my birthday present.
Yeah. Someone actually bought me that. So I think it was a little bit of that, but it was more so there was other things. Because if it was a thing for me, it was like, prior, we had a little bit of friction based on the fact that I felt like you're crossing boundaries now. And for me, it was like, I've always grown up as someone who, to be extremely respectful of everyone. Their space, their boundaries, everything. My mum always taught me, say, please, thank you for everything. Everywhere you go, be respectful. Like, hold yourself like, you know, you're in your own house, or I'm there. So for me, it was like, I couldn't take myself out. I couldn't look outside of myself and understand, why would Michael feel free to do that? Or maybe it's because he's my boy, so he feels like it's not that deep. Maybe I should just tell him, oh bro, don't do that next time. But instead, I reacted and I was like, brother, what the hell are you doing? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, because I just assumed that you should get it. Do you know what I mean? And I think maybe as well, because you know that them ones, you're in the situation, you're pissed, you call one of the other man, oh, can you imagine Pepper did this, bro? It's like, what? No, that's a violation. I'm thinking, bro, but in the grand scheme I was thinking about, I was like, it wasn't really that deep. But for me, it was like, I felt like my boundaries were crossed.
Right.
And also because we were so close, I felt like you should know not to do that. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it really, really annoyed me. And I was just like, bro, you should know better. Do you know what I mean?
But even with that, like, when all of that happened, how long did it take to die down?
It wasn't even, do you know what it was? Because it escalated as well, remember? Because after that, I think we squashed it, but I was still a bit annoyed, but it didn't get that bad. It was when it was, I think what happened is, I don't know if I ever actually told you, but I remember one time you came to stay over at mine for a little bit in London, when we came back to London. And then I think we were doing some stuff at Freedom, so it made more sense for
drums.
we were doing drumming stuff in it, so it made more sense for you to be at my crib, because I literally lived 15 minutes from church.
Where was that, Gravesend that time?
Yeah, you was in Gravesend at that time, so it made sense for you to stay at mine because I'm 15 minutes from church. So you were staying over. Obviously, my mum is making food, like patterning you. Like, I'm like, yeah, you can share the bed, and like, I'm thinking, yeah, like I've even got a crib for you. And I think after that, there was a time where I think my mum came home. She's like, oh, I saw Michael, and he didn't greet me. And she said she made eye contact with you. And obviously, when I spoke to you later.
That's not possible.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Impossible.
I said it couldn't have been possible.
Everyone's mum loves me.
Exactly. So that's why I was surprised. I was like, there's no way. So in myself.
Swear down.
Yeah, bro. So that's why I was so angry, and I felt like I couldn't even be close to you at that point. Cause I was like, after everything we've been through and the love that my mum extended, I felt like I was
mad.
Like, do you know what I mean? And
you never told me that, till today.
Seriously.
I swear down.
And you know,
impossible. I would have pulled up to your crib, bro.
Yeah.
And dobaled for mum, bro. I don't play with anyone's parents.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
And you know what it was, even at that time, it was only after time I thought about it, I was like, that's not even in Michael's character.
Fam!
I know he genuinely wouldn't have seen that. Because if Michael sees me 10 miles down the road, he will sprint to come and say, cool, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, let alone my mum. My mum that he's even now formed a relationship with, to now even be able to stay at my house. And like, she's made you food. So I understood it was a misunderstanding later, but in the moment, I felt violated because I was like, you don't respect my boundaries. And it felt like, wow, you don't even respect my mum. What? Yeah. Obviously, us black boys.
Of course, bro.
African boy, I love my mum, bro.
Who doesn't?
So that's gonna really rub me the wrong way, and that's what really got me pissed in that moment.
Do you know what's crazy, yeah? Man, get stabbed up and shot for less than this.
It's true.
So it's like, obviously over the years, I don't know, it's weird, like, it's not like we directly talked and squashed it.
No.
Because I'm just finding this out now.
Yeah.
Pepper Talks exclusive. My thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just finding that out now. So where did we meet before we started reconciling again? Because I think we met somewhere and it was just cool. I was shook to me. I can't lie. I
can't remember where I saw you, but I saw you randomly at an event or something.
And I think we spuddied or we hugged. Or
I think
I came to you.
And
I said, bro, I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That was the first thing you said to me. And I think I looked at you and I was like, I'm in two minds. I'm like, depending on how this interaction goes, this could make or break whether we're going to be friends or not for the rest of our life. And I think because you came to me immediately and we both smiled at each other, and you said, bro, I love you, I'm sorry. I was like, do you know, I miss this guy, man.
But how were you able to put I miss you too, I can't remember, bro. I can't lie. You know how much I love you still.
No, come on, bro.
Because you don't even know that you were there for me. You might think I just came to your house to sleep because I was 15 minutes away from church. You don't know what I was going through. Because I think that was when we were on Cov.
Yeah, it was during Cov time.
We came back from Cov, and remember, I was dropping out. I ain't told Mumsy.
Okay.
So mumsy just come and received a letter at crib saying, "Oh boy, your son has not gone to lectures. We are kicking him out." So I'm coming to church to escape. So anytime I can get away from home is an escape for me.
You know,
Does that make sense?
That explains so much, you know. Because at that time, do you know what? I had that feeling that you were running from something.
That's
and
mad.
I think this is also another thing as well, because I feel like as man, then we don't actually be like going to the nitty gritty and be like, bro, what's going on? Because man notice something's off. But at that time, I was just like, Broski just
Especially with
want to chill.
how I am as well. I just smile like everything's cool.
Yeah, and obviously, because you're such a bubbly person, I took it as, raw, like, Broski's just, it's not that deep, like, it's nothing to think about. He's just being Pepper, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think now, in retrospect, I'm looking at certain situations and remembering how much you were trying not to go home. Because there was times I was like, bro, why didn't you just go? Gravesend's not that far. It's actually just a train.
Not.
Like, because I was actually thinking about it, and I remember when you got me a gig in Gravesend, I went to Josh Catano's church.
Oh my.
And I actually went Gravesend, I was like, bro, this is 20 minutes down the road. What do you mean it's not that far? I used to think that you live in like Timbuktu, bro. Like, I thought you lived in like Dover, bro.
No,
do you know what I'm trying to say? Gravesend was not that far.
Yeah.
So in my head, when I actually deeped it, I was like, oh, okay, no, maybe there's actually something going on deeper that I just don't know about. And I think that's also what played a factor into me being able to come to terms with the fact that none of these things that happen were intentional. Because I knew your character and I know you're not that type of person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what? How were you able to like put your ego and pride aside? I know you said like obviously you saw it in retrospect, but does that all again still stem from your relationship with your sister and your sister teaching you? Because it's like, bro, I can't lie to you. Yeah? You, PB, which is Isaiah.
Yeah.
Who else is in the circle? I don't think I got tight with Sanya after uni.
Oh, really?
I think so. I
Was it
can't
during
remember.
uni?
I can't remember because I was living with third years. I was living with Derek. Oh my God, David.
David, yeah.
Derek.
ATG.
Yeah. ATG.
The GOAT producer, by the way.
Like ATG.
GOAT
Oh
producer,
my
yeah.
days. ATG is some other guy. Yeah. What was his name again?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
I forgot.
It was that man's boy. I can't remember. He was older.
Yeah.
Or DB. Oh no, DB didn't go to Cov.
DB.
He just came to visit.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Yeah, I miss Carmelite Road. Was it Carmelite? No, it wasn't Carmelite Road. What was Lot's Road?
Oh, Clement Street.
Clement Street.
Listen, you know about Clement Street, yeah?
And Clement Street was popping, bro. Remember when we had the drum kit in the living room?
Oh my dick, in my room, bro.
Yeah, in your room.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro.
And we used to just chop and like practice
If I
and
find
that
a
every
clip,
day.
I'm gonna make sure we put it in there. That
was crazy.
That was crazy, man.
That was lit. I miss them days, bro. But that's mad. But yeah, like I feel like, not to go too off topic, I feel like everything that, like what I talked about with my sister, like my upbringing, and like trying to be like empathetic and all that stuff, obviously played a part. But I'll be real, man, time is the best healer, in my opinion.
Time.
Yeah, I think it was just because we had enough time for me to think about things. And I feel like that's just with anything. You know, like I had that time to just sit down and really think about like what actually happened.
Do you know what's crazy, yeah? I'm speaking to you, yeah, and I know we haven't. When was the last time we linked up?
Can't remember, you know.
I think it's been a while, bro. I think it's like
over
a year or two.
Yeah, about a year and a bit.
But as I'm speaking to you, you've always had this same character.
You think?
Like I genuinely think it's a Ghanaian thing. I don't know, but you've always spoken the same way. You've always been the same way. Like, I don't think I've really seen you express emotions. Like, what's your relationship with emotions, bro?
Do you know, I feel like I'm actually
You've seen me cry bears.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Bears. But I don't think I've actually seen you, apart from anger, like, but I don't think I've actually seen you express
You see me angry?
When you were on the phone.
Oh, which situation?
The tracky, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So I think in terms of like emotion, because I'm good at articulating myself in it, I feel like I'm good at talking through what I'm feeling. So it doesn't get me to the point where like I'm having an emotional breakdown. I have emotional breakdowns as well. I might not do it in public. like when I told you about that bad breakup I had, like, and I had depression, I think I cried literally every day for like a month.
Where did that take you mentally though?
To the lowest place I've ever been.
What does that look like?
It's just not somewhere I wouldn't even say my worst enemy there, bro, honestly. Like it was like the devil himself was stepping on my neck. Like it was crazy, bro. And it was like, because I wasn't there by myself, because I felt like everyone around me was going through the same thing, I felt like I was never gonna come out of that. And because obviously at the time as well, I was smoking a lot, and that became my vice. And it was only when I got to the point when I said, God, I actually need help, you know. And then I cut off the weed, I stopped smoking. I said, I'm gonna start exercising. I'm gonna start focusing on myself. I'm finding my craft. And you know what's so crazy? Do you know what that led me to?
Where?
Producing. And that's how I started producing, bro.
I even wanted to get into that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I want to hear about this though.
So literally, I was at the lowest point I'd ever been. Then obviously...
I wasn't there at this time.
No. This was second year. So this is second year uni when I'm living with Isaiah and Kwesi.
Did I know you had a girl?
No, I don't think you knew.
It was a
this
low-key
one.
relationship?
Yeah, it was a low-key one. Well, kind of. Like people around, like people knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was so low, and then when I finally was finding I saw that light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, okay, let me get out of this situation. Then it was like, what do I do with myself? Because I think at that point I was kind of like, I don't know if this drumming thing is really me.
Yeah, I knew that from first year.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I was like, because I'm a good drummer. I know how to drum. I'm good. If I really push myself, maybe I can get to that level. But I knew something inside me was saying, this isn't for me. So when I went through all of that journey, and then obviously Isaiah was always a producer, PB by the way, so I think he'd probably be annoyed that I called him. He'll be annoyed that I called him Isaiah, but yeah, PB.
Man like PB.
Man like PB. Yeah, PB was always producing in his room. I used to just go watch him.
Of course, bro. Remember that?
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Com days, yeah.
Oh my days. With his Indomie on.
Yeah, Indomie on display.
Oh my God.
So obviously, I used to watch him making beats. And this is the time when we're literally coming out of all that depression and stuff like that. And I literally got to a point where I used to just, every day, I found myself every day sitting next to him whilst he's making his beats. And as he's making his beats, I'm like, oh, bro, what's that plugin you used yesterday? Use that, bro. Oh, bro, play the melody like this. And he's like, bro, you know you're producing. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, you're producing, bro. This is producing.
That's how Isaiah talks as well.
Yeah, do you know, literally. And he was just like, bro, you should start producing. So after uni, he'll go to lectures. I might not have a lecture. I'll be like, bro, can I jump on your computer and try and make some beats? I started doing that. And he was just like, bro, get FL Studio, start making beats. And I was like, cool. So I went and got some crap speakers. I downloaded FL Studio on my rubbish little Windows computer that would cost me £200. And then I started making beats, bro. And from there, like,
I didn't even know this, bro.
Yeah. That's how I started my journey of becoming a producer, bro. And that's how I got to where I am now.
So you dropped the vice that was basically essentially killing you and dulling you. It's crazy you say that because a lot of people are in delusion and think weed helps their creativity. It's fine.
I mean, I think it's, you know, I don't throw anyone under the bus because everyone's like makeup is different in it. Like some people can do certain substances and drop it the next day and it's not a thing. Some people, they're addicted. I think it's just about how self-aware you are.
I guess so, but at the same time, obviously we'll get into. I don't know. We'll get into this.
Yeah, we can have a good discussion about it.
From what I'm trying to say is because first thing you did was call upon the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't really think you can do that and do that as well, because I don't 100%. Think weed is bad because everything that God created was purposeful. But bro, come on, man. Like because I fell into weed like after uni, which was so weird. Everything that I was supposed to do in uni, losing my virginity, supposed to do in uni, smoking weed, all that kind of stuff. It was after uni that life dealt with me.
So all that happened after uni?
Bro, I lost my virginity at 21, bro.
What,
like, after? Because I was burned. That relationship. Imagine being with a girl for 2 years, you haven't had sex, and then you break up.
Yeah, you'll go crazy still.
You like, do you know what I mean? Like, you feel like a waste man, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, that time for me was dark. But for me, it's like, the question I'm basically trying to ask you is, you removed the devices that were negative, at least in your opinion, to you, and then it's almost like you went for a transformation of character. I don't want you to just skip over that and be like you just said, oh yeah, God help me out. What did that physically look like in your day to day? Was it like one of those epiphanies you had when you were taking the last pull and it was like, yo, I feel like
it was gradual. It was definitely gradual. I feel like it was a journey. For me, it was more so like there was definitely a realization. It wasn't like an epiphany. It was kind of like over time I started realizing each day I was like, this is not bringing me anything. So I said, what can I do to pull me out of this depression, because I can no longer be in this place.
I hear you still. So at that point, I guess it was just that like vacuum of someone I loved that just,
yeah.
it's like someone had just gone.
And do you know what's so crazy? I'm not even gonna fully blame that relationship. I think there was an accumulation of different things. Like I went through an experience where one of my close friends was going through mental health issues as well.
Same guy.
Different person. I don't want to go into too much detail just because it's a personal thing.
100%.
And then it was actually more than one friend was going through mental health issues. And then on top of that, I had a close boy. You met him as well from, remember my party in first year. You know what I'm talking about. We fell out, and from there, and it was crazy because this was during the period where both my friends were going through the mental health issues. I broke up with my girl. And then I'm also failing uni. I'm not really doing well. Like I'm not going, educationally, I'm not hitting the marks I need to hit. So my head is not where it needs to be, and I forgot to say happy birthday to someone. And off the back of that, he's burnt my bridge. So I felt like, fair enough, my bad. But really, after everything we've been through, you wanted to stop being my friend. And I think that's what broke me, because I felt like I had no one.
But this all just sounds like the same string.
Yeah, it was all in one period. Yeah.
Like, that's all that, like, I feel like us men don't really talk about love. Like, all of us, we link up and it's like, you know, we're good, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. But there's like a love that's missing. Like, how are we saying that we were dogs and I didn't even know that you were going through that, or you didn't even know that, man, I was trying to escape. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm so vocal about when I tell like the men that are around me that, bro, I love you, you know? Like, I hope you know that.
I love you too.
Even when I greet people and people are come around me, people don't understand that it's when they see me and I'm loud and I'm like, that's not always easy, you know?
Yeah,
I'm emptying my cup. Yeah. Who fills me back up?
Yeah.
And that was kind of where I found God. I guess you found God in the midst of all of that chaos.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, your mind's going, you're losing friends, you're losing a relationship. How do you think you were able to like refill your cup and just that sense of finding love again? Like, how did you find that again? Because it sounds like you went through that self-love was just...
I think it boiled down to purpose.
Okay.
I felt like when I found a purpose and I found producing, it made me feel like God helped me find my purpose, and that helped me find love, because I found a passion. And that passion that I had for music could now manifest into something that I felt like, okay, this can be my career now. And I looked and I was like, okay, God, I see what you was trying to do.
Wow.
Like, you was trying to take me on a journey, because I needed to go through all of this to find this thing. And now you've given me my path, and now I'm here where I'm at right now.
Sorry, can you be clear on where you are right now, please?
Oh, so right now, I'm a music producer. I produce for J.O. Odile.
Okay.
I've also produced...
Also do what? No, finish who you produce for.
I've produced for J.O. Odile. I've also produced for like Rams as well. A couple of other coming artists.
Yeah, and then
I'm also an internal recruiter for Universal Music as well.
Yeah, but don't say that like it's casual. I'm an appreciation, bro. Don't do that around me. You know what I'm trying to say? That's big.
Thank you.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's, bro, like, I'm humbled, man. Like, I feel like even this, because it's not even like we had this conversation off camera and now we're doing it. It's really opened my eyes, man. Like, I genuinely love you. I genuinely miss you. And just even hearing about that mumsy's misunderstanding, bro, if that really hurt you, I'm like, actually, it did hurt you, and I really apologize. That could have never happened, bro. Like, you already know who I'm like, but I just need you to know on camera, live, in front of the whole world, I genuinely love you, bro. And I miss
too, man.
like what we had like back then. Like, obviously we're all grown now, so it's like we're on different paths. So it's like, it is what it is, isn't it? But you already know there is still a brother here. Like, I don't want you to ever forget that. When man's getting married, you're there. So that's what I'm saying. Because there's only a few people that actually know the real Michael, which is what's crazy to me. Like, we haven't even gone into stories in Cove of my stupidness. Like, remember I used to come to, what is it, Callis Court? In a flipping, like, suit. Like, I used to dress, like, I used to wear boat shoes to, like, common room.
This guy used to wear blazer, boat shoes. He would come in. Remember those checkered trousers they used to wear?
The green things. I used to
tight trousers.
And I thought I was swaggy. That's mad. I thought I was so different because man, they were pulling up in trackies. I wanted to stand out.
Nah.
You know, the girls were laughing
at you, bro. Girls and the man them.
Fam. But it's crazy because I genuinely felt like a waste man because I felt like because I'm such a lovable character, nobody could actually tell me, Michael, what you're wearing. Because it's like, you don't want to one of them cool guys that you don't want to feel like, you don't want to boy them.
Also, can I just say,
Oh, don't
now, now I understand why he took the tracksuit. Like, you needed a little bit of help with the drip, you know what I'm trying to say?
I can't lie. I saw money, I was thinking, wait, what?
I'm playing about it. I'm just
No, come on, man, you're broski. Bro, you've been swaggy from day, like, bro. Like, you've always had your touch on your, like, I don't know, I feel like you just found yourself from early. And now, even after we've had a conversation about your maturity and dealing with, like, your family conflicts, it makes sense. But where did that step, like, how did that start?
The fashion thing?
Fashion, like, you were them guys that would wear leather pants and, like,
Shall I tell you the story? Let me tell you how that started. Like, if only people that know who are close to me know this, but I became serious about wanting to be fashionable and being myself and always trying to just do my thing is when I had an interaction when I was young. I think I was in secondary school. It must have been like year 9, year 10. And I had a birthday, I'll keep it short and sweet, innit? But I had a birthday. I invited my school man them and I invited my church man them. My church man them are my boys to this day. My school man them, I'm not really close to them. Like, maybe only one guy. When I invited both those batches, the church, my school man them came and I was wearing an outfit in it. Like, I was wearing these like khaki combats here, slim fit. This was back in the day, so slim fit was not cool. Everyone was wearing boot cuts. So when you're wearing slim fit, it's basically skinny jeans. So they're gonna think, bro, that's gay, fam. Why are you wearing slim fits, bro? Right, fam, can your balls even breathe in that? Like, that's what they were saying to me, and they was getting on to me. Do you know what I mean? But I thought I had it on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Had the denim jacket with the white t-shirt, and do you know what I'm trying to say? I had some Vans. Clean. Bro, I was looking clean. Vans. Even by today's standards, that was a clean fit.
100%.
So in terms of back then, I was dripping. And when I arrived here to back my boys from school, they cussed me out, bro. They made me feel so small. It was my birthday, remember? So I felt so small. Then on top of it, when we got there, all my church people were like, oh, you look so good, you look hard, you look drippy. Well, other boys still cussing me out. Then even when we've now finished the dinner, funny enough, we run into a batch of girls from the sister school that we went to. I went to a boys' school.
Where did you go again?
Archbishop Tennyson.
Wow.
So yeah. So I met some girls who went to St. Martin's. If you went to school in Lambeth.
Oh, St. Martin's.
Yeah, if you went to school in Lambeth, you're not at
Peckham,
no? No, that's like Tulse Hill.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What, the brown skirts?
Yeah, the brown skirts.
Okay,
yeah. Oscars too. There's one in Notre Dame, which is in Elephant and Castle. That's probably what you're thinking of. But yeah, so we happened to bump into them whilst I was at my birthday thing, which was in the O2 Arena. So they just happened to be celebrating their birthday because I think one of the batch of girls had the same birthday as me.
Right.
And when the man from my school saw them, they was like, oh, bro, we're gonna go chill with them, you know? I'm thinking, bro, we're here to celebrate my birthday. What are you talking about? There's like, oh, bro, but like, you never know, we might see them again. Oh, I can't lie, it's calm, bro. We'll see on Monday, innit? Say no more, bro. And they all cut and they left me. And I was left with my church friends. And from that day onwards, I said, you know what, yeah? I don't care about other people's opinion. I'm gonna go where I'm loved. And I'm gonna stand on who I am because no one should tell me who I should be because at the end of the day, do you know what's so funny? By the time I finished that school, to this day, people from Tennyson's come up to me and say, bro, you're one of the drippiest guys to come out of our school, bro. You're one of the most well-dressed to this day, bro. So for me, it was like, right, you lot might have looked at me funny back then, But now everyone is coming to me trying to bread my thing, trying to say, oh, you're so drippy and all of this. But that wasn't the case a couple of years back. Do you know what I mean? And even now, this is probably the first time I said this, and probably man them didn't even know that's how that made me feel. But because of that, it made me think, do you know what? I don't care what no one says. I'm gonna wear this because I think most people, one thing about fashion is all about your confidence.
Hey, Jesse, this is crazy because, like, I didn't even know you were this responsible. And I want you to actually listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not that responsible.
No, I'm being serious. I need you to listen to what I'm saying. I mean, like, you are responsible. Like, that's how I break down words. Yeah? There's two parts. You can respond to a situation with ability. Because to you, it might be normal. I wouldn't back then have processed that like that. I would have been back at home, crying. I don't feel loved. Like, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Like, what's going on? What's wrong with me? Like, am I weird? Why don't I fit in?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think I spoke to you one time. I don't know if you ever remember this, but I had a conversation with you and I was like, fam, what's different about me? Because back then I'll see on like Snapchat or whatever the case may be, where it would be like a guy would have his birthday, walk into the crib and someone's done like a celebration birthday.
Yeah.
Why have I never had that? When I'm the guy that's bubbly and bear man always say, oh, Michael Pepper is a G, like, I love him. Do you know what I mean? So that, it's crazy that you are able to take situations, have internal communication, then respond. Like, I just have to respect you for that. I didn't know that, bro. So for me, this is crazy, bro. Like,
thank you, bro.
You've been mature from early, and I feel like that's been underestimated. Because you don't really talk. You are, bro. 100%, you are. You don't really talk. Like, you talk when you're not that guy who will just walk up to a random guy and be like, yo, whatever. Do you know what I mean? You talk when you need to, or when you're approached, or whatever the case may be. But that's really enlightening for me, bro. And I have to respect you for that and give you your flowers, bro. Like, you know what I'm like. I don't like people playing things small, especially with our background. Like,
exactly.
The slight for me, broken families. But do you know what I mean? It is not easy as men, like us growing up in this generation. But Jesse, or QisRetired.
QisRetired.
Listen, I've got one last question for you.
Yep, go on.
Don't overthink.
Alright, cool.
Be real, my bro.
Yeah? Alright, cool.
What does empowerment look like to you for the next generation of men?
Empowerment?
Yeah.
I think empowerment, can it be a more than one part answer, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I think it is imparting wisdom and mentorship. Reason I say that is because I feel like the younger generation, and I also think it's extending grace.
Okay.
The reason I say those three things is because, first of all, I feel like wisdom needs to be, like, you need to give them the knowledge that you have of things, because they might not have experienced certain things.
Right.
So you need to educate them. The reason I said grace, I know I'm jumping around, but the reason I said grace is because you need to understand that they live in a different generation. So it's not going to be the way you experience things. So you need to understand their perspective of the world, but still be able to give them that wisdom without condescending them. And then what was the second thing I said? I said
wisdom, grace.
Wisdom, grace, and
Mentorship.
as well. And the reason I say mentorship is because we need to treat them like our little brothers. Cause I feel like there's a bit of a disconnect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's because of like they grew up on technology and we kind of grew up on half technology, but we also grew up in half the real world. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, not to say they're in their own mode, which they are, I think, but a little bit. But yeah, but at the same time, I feel like we kind of need to show them that like the world isn't just the things that you see online. There is a real world aspect about things that you need to learn to master, because yeah, fair enough, you lot can master this online thing, but there's gonna come a time where that's not gonna translate into real life. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it extends it to every other area of their life where they're gonna need that little bit of like nurturing. Do you know what I mean? And like it's like everything we spoke about today, bro. Not everyone grew up with that father figure or male figure in their life. So we need to start recognizing that in some of these younger boys and just being like, do you know what, bro? Come under my wing. Let me show you. Like, for instance, like me, if I see a young boy that's into music and that, but like, and he's doing bad things on the road, or he's doing this, or he's like too into girls, or he's into drugs, and I'll be like, bro, do you know what? Come with me. Come studio. We're gonna work. Come every Wednesday, and I'm gonna teach you how to record and how to engineer and how to make beats, so that can be your thing. And then maybe I can help you ignite a passion. And even if I don't, I've taught you a skill that you can make money from.
That's a wrap, man.
Flipping over.
That's a wrap, man.
Yeah.
Come close.
I like him. Get closer.
Hey, but yeah, you were saying, hey, what, Q is retired, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Questions.
What questions? Yeah, you said
Oh, yeah. All right. Everyone always wants to know the reason behind this Q is retired. Basically, so Q is retired. First of all, that name is a prophecy. I want to retire early. So that's why I've now said Q is retired. It's a statement that I'm trying to put into the world. That I'm speaking into existence.
what does retirement look like to you, though?
Retirement.
Yeah.
Lots of money.
Yeah, but can you...
I don't know, see though.
Do you know what? It's true. I hear it.
I mean,
Do you think you can actually retire from something that you enjoy, though?
nah. But there you go.
Do you know what? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So obviously, that's why I was telling you, my studio is called Question Studio.
Yeah.
Reason being is because I like to question everything, do you know? So hence why the Q has a question mark in front of it, because it can mean many things. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then on top of that is also because let me just give you the real answer, innit?
Trying to flirt that.
Basically, yeah, I don't know if you lot watch Love and Basketball, innit?
Yeah.
Cool. So you know the main character is called Q.
Yeah.
Quincy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Where's this
I'm
going?
sure you. Everyone can.
Just for a bit, bro. Just say.
I mean, that was a part of it because people used to say, "Oh, he's Ghanaian. He's got big eyes like you." And I was like, "All right, cool." But it was also because at the time, yeah, this was before uni. I used to be a bit of a wrong. When it comes to how I used to treat girls, I was a bit not like I used to. I was never beating anything. I wasn't doing anything like that. But I wasn't like a sweetheart all the time. And I used to be a bit of an F-boy, do you know what I mean? Not fraud. But I was there, just to clarify. But yeah.
Wait, was that out of pain though? From the relationship?
I was just having too much fun. I was excited, innit? And obviously in the film Love and Basketball, if you've watched the film and you see how he behaved in that film, before he even accepted that woman to be his woman, he wanted to now thrash out that basketball game. He was now being a bit of a dickhead, do you know what I mean? And apparently that's how my boys used to see me. So when I stopped being like that, and I was like, oh, I can't do this no more. And I got a girlfriend, I had a long time. That same relationship we talked about, that's when Q was retired.
Oh, okay.
And then it was my Twitter name, innit? I made it my Twitter name as a joke, but it just stuck. When I started doing producing, and people was like, oh, that's a sick name, you know?
So, Q was the end of an era, basically.
Yeah.
Mad.
And then I entered a new one.
That makes
unintentionally.
sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I hear that still.
Q for curiosity.
Q for curiosity.
Yeah, that's it.
Aye.
Nah, bro.
Aye, but listen, bro.
Man.
Bro, thank you very much, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, bro. Bro, thank you much. Sorry.
Come on, man. Bro, love you, man.
Thank you, bro. Bro, thank you much for your help today, bro.
Alright, let me change.
Thank you very much.
We're changing.
Thank you.